Over.
Our project is about the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is one of the most popular places, drawing millions of tourists every year from all across the world. The Grand Canyon is one of the most famous destinations. The temperature changes by 25 degrees. There is an estimate of 1,000 caves. Only 335 recordings of caves. Only one cave is open to the public. The Grand Canyon is a mile deep in northern Arizona. It may have formed 5 to 6 million years ago. Humans have taken over the Crawfish Festival as my project because I really like to go to it and it's super fun at the fair. These are pictures of some of the first queens. For example, the very first queen was Diana Domain. I think the last word is Hamilton. And these are a bunch of. These are some of the festival lineups and music schedules. Y'all can pass them around if y'all would like. As fast as 24 miles per hour. Their Tasmanian tiger's nicknames are dog-headed pouch. They are last seen in 1936 at Herbert Zoo, Tasmania. They were very timid and lived in packs. Most of them died in shock because they were so scared. They are known to be extinct. There are many species of dinosaurs. Here are some of my favorites. A Tyrannosaurus speed is 9.9, 45, and running. Lifespan 30 years. They eat dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals. Tyrannosaurs are believed to have lived in forests near rivers and in areas that were open and full of prey. A Triceratops speed is 20 Lifespan is 80 to 90 years. They eat fruits, seeds, leaves, twigs, and roots. Especially Triceratops. If you do not have the proper gear, you will not be able to shoot a duck. That you can only shoot a certain number of ducks a day. Tables of contents. Duck hunting. Two types of birds. The blinds, the equipment, and the regulations. Ducks daily bag limit of ducks in 6 and may include no more than 4 males. No more than 2 females. 3 wood ducks. 2 canvasbacks. 2 redheads. 1 black duck and 1 pintail.
That's just the population up there. And then this is like decoys, but when you go behind the
That's decoys. There's duck calls. That's a pond in water. That's a boat with a blind on. That's a blind.
What do y'all have in the box?
That's our, I made that.
Kilo or something.
Yeah, that's a kilo.
Okay, cool.
And a blind, and the dudes should have done it.
The ducks, these ducks are for
Our project is about the Titanic. The Titanic had about 1,000 people on it, and half of them died from the shipwreck. There's over 1,000 people, and only 700 survived. It says right here that it was the biggest ship at that time, and only 706 people survived out of like 2,000. And there was like 6 sister ships on the side and 2 big sister ships that came to get them, but shortly after that, almost everybody that was still on the ship was dead because of the freezing cold water. This is the iceberg from the Titanic. It says the Titanic, when the iceberg hit, it only made a little hole, but as the water pressure was so fast and strong that it like went through, like it can show where the water is and like stuff. It went through and it just snapped in half and it's going down one way. And the icebergs are about like 140 feet tall. Yeah, it doesn't look big in this picture, but it was like really tall. It was almost the size of that Titanic. And you were lucky, after all these little boats left, you were lucky to live if you were still on it. I remember somebody lived like just floating on a boat. I mean a door, and they just survived, but shortly after that they died. And the captain's name was... Wait, what?
Go ahead.
The attack on Pearl Harbor was the first time that America was deliberately attacked by another country. On December 6, 1941, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor in hopes of weakening the Japanese... in hopes of crippling the American Air Force and Navy.
Help him out, David.
During the attack on Pearl Harbor, 1,000 people were killed and 500 civilians were killed.
The Japanese carrier launched about 1,000 planes. No, 6 Japanese carriers launched about 1,000 planes to bomb Pearl Harbor. The planes that were used were bombers, torpedo bombers, fighters, and etc. The American forces didn't have any anti-aircraft guns, so it was hard for them to shoot down the enemy planes. So they had to use machine guns instead.
Guess?
Go.
I don't know.
Go.
The copperhead snake. Wait, this is about a northern copperhead snake. The northern copperhead snake is a pretty terrifying snake. The snake looks like the gardener snake, whether it slithers through your garden. You might think that it's a rattlesnake because that's America's most unsettling snake. You will think that it's a rattlesnake at first. First, maybe. Maybe maybe you've never heard of one too. I found my information on the internet. From the internet. The site I found it on is 13 Mountain Creatures, and on Epic, called Copperhead. This website helped me find all the information I needed to do this project for me and Noah. This project intends to demonstrate the bite of the snake, and the bite of the snake are rarely deadly. They are good because they will eat species that we don't like mice and rats. rats that harm us. So then we have some pictures of like where this is where eastern copperheads live. This is where banded copperheads live, and this is where they both live, where these stripes are, like the orange stripes. It's called the hybrid stone. And there's pictures of its eggs and of the color pictures. Then there's black and white pictures on this side. These are all colors. David.
Have you seen a copperhead snake in person?
No, but I will eventually find one, and I know that because we have a big forest that pretty much surrounds our property. Change.
What name's up in the project?
I just found it on the website, and I just thought it was cool. That's all. Sam?
How long is a usual copperhead snake?
We don't actually really know that. I didn't really hear anything about it in the book.
I think
Neither on the internet. The internet site didn't tell me, and the book didn't tell me.
at least like
I think it's like
13 inches or something?
No, it's like 13. It's like 8 to 13 feet.
Guys.
Uh,
All right.
Walt Disney was born on December 5th, 1901, and I don't know how to say
Spell it.
Hermosa,
Hermosa.
near Chicago. He died on December 15th, 1966, at Providence St. Joseph Medical.
Put that away.
His children were named
All right, ladies, go.
Fun facts about the Statue of Liberty. That her hat is symbolic. She's actually French. The statue serves as a lighthouse. Her head isn't on properly. Lady Liberty was built in 1875 and 1884. Ocean and continents. Lady Liberty is struck by lightning 600 times every year. This day, Eiffel helped to build it. Lady Liberty is the model of the artist's mother. The statue weighs 3 inches, 7.62 centimeters in the height. The torch weighs 5 inches, 12.7 centimeters. Visitors climb 354 steps, 22 stories to look out from the windows in the crown. The Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Liberty is 151 feet, 1 inch, 46 meters, and 2.5 meters tall. She was the tallest structure in the U.S. at the time.
The Americans dressed up as Indian American and threw the tea into the Boston Harbor.
You're finished?
Yeah. We're going to cover different aspects of the Holocaust, including the Nazis, ghettos, camps, and liberation. The Nazis blamed the Jews for World War I. Nazis sent the Jews to live in ghettos, which are neighborhoods that trap the Jews. Then they would be sent to camps to be killed. Americans, Russians, French, and British helped stop the Nazis and free the Jews. The website I got my information is called Dumpsters. A lot of people do not know about the Holocaust or believe that it is fake. The goal of my project is to let people know that it is real and that 6 million Jews died during the Holocaust. Over here we have Hitler giving a speech to the Nazis. The Nazis blamed the Jews for Germany's problems. They thought by getting rid of the Jews, their problems would be solved. Over here is the ghettos, where Jews would be rounded up and forced to live in neighborhoods where they were trapped. Over here we have camps. Jews were sent to be killed by poisonous gas or be shot to death.
But he refused to shoot it. And right here, this is a picture of him holding a teddy bear. The teddy bear was named after Theodore Teddy Roosevelt. September 9th marks National Teddy Bear Day.
Our project is on Theodore Roosevelt. He was our 26th president of the United States. He had a sickly childhood. He suffered from asthma. It made him weak, but that didn't stop him. He went on to do some very brave things in his lifetime. He led the Roosevelt Rough Riders in many battles. He was the governor of New York and later on he became vice president. He went to be president in 1901 after President McKinley was killed. He was the youngest president in the nation's history. His presidential term was from 1901 to 1909. The teddy bear was named after him, Theodore Teddy Roosevelt.
Any questions?
Kentucky Derby, Churchill Downs. It's been called the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, the run for the roses. But whatever you call it, there's no denying the allure of the Kentucky Derby. Whether you are planning on heading to Churchill Downs for race on May 4th, 2024, or if you will be scoping out the action from home. Everybody appreciates a little trivia to whet their racing appetite, and the Derby provides plenty. Churchill Downs is a horse racing complex. It officially opened in 1875 and was named for Samuel Churchill. The capacity of Churchill Downs roughly holds 1,700,000 people. The track is named for John and Henry Churchill, who leased 80 acres of land to their nephew. Colonel Meriwether Lewis Clark Jr. Churchill Downs was assigned a National Historic Landmark in 1986. It is said that the Run for the Roses is the greatest 2 minutes in sports history. The Kentucky Derby is held annually on the first Saturday in May and is the first leg of Triple Crown. It is an American Grade 1 stakes race run at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. The race is run by 3-year-old thoroughbreds at a distance of 1/4 of miles and 10 furlongs. The first time horses in the field race that distance. The winner of the Kentucky Derby race is draped by a blanket of 554 red roses
run in the Kentucky Derby was 1973 at 1 minute and 59 minutes by Secretariat. Secretariat was the son of Gold Warrior. Penny Chenry was the owner of Secretariat, and the Colts trainer was Lucian Lauren, and Secretariat's jockey was Ron Turcotte. Secretariat, also known as Big Red, was the 9th winner of the American Triple Crown, setting and still holding the fastest time record in all 3 of its races. He considered.
Go ahead.
My topic is about Simone Biles, a gymnast. Information that I found was from a book in Greek. She is very important because she was in World and Olympics. I hope you understand the life of Simone Biles. Bang, bang, bang. The sound echoes throughout the room. It is the sound of hands and feet hitting wood and lead. Simone Biles is tumbling on the balance beam. It is another one of her breathtaking passes. She is spinning down a 4-inch, 10-centimeter plank 4 feet, 1.2 millimeters above the ground. But the world's top gymnast does not hesitate for a millisecond. As her feet hit the edge of the beam, Simone launches herself skyward. She appears to take flight. She does 2 backflips with a full twist. Then she lands gracefully on the ground. The crowd showers her with applause. Simone has everything needed to be successful in gymnastics. She is strong, quick, and flexible. Most of all, she loves what she does. Gymnastics combines performance art, and intense athletic competition. No 2 routines are the same in gymnastics. Champions are determined by a panel of judges. The judges score routines based on the difficulty of the gymnastic skills. Artistry is important too. Gymnastics has been around for more than 2,000 years. It is one of the most popular sports at the Olympics. Today, approximately 5 million children in the United States practice gymnastics. Fans enjoy watching top-level competitions such as the World Championships and the Olympics. They want to see the best athletes compete for glory and gold medals. There's much more to see gymnastics than we see in the Olympics. But that's really where gymnastics got its start. By a quirk of fate, Simone comes.
Start over.
This project is about the history of baseball. We did this project because we love and play the sport of baseball.
In this project, you will be shown the first official game of baseball, the first World Series, and who got credited for creating the game. Right here we have Abner Doubleday. He got credited for creating the game of baseball, and the game of baseball started around the 1800s, and ever since have just gotten better ever since.
Right here we have 5 greatest baseball players of all time. We have Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Ted Williams.
And right here is the first official game of baseball played in 1846. It's not well documented, but we know that it was played between the New York Knickerbockers and the New York Gotham Club. Here, this is the first World Series. The World Series, it took place in 1903 at Boston, Massachusetts. It was the Boston Americans versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. And it was played, the official World Series games that were played was in 1903. And Abner Doubleday was born on June 26, 1819, when Abner Doubleday, he graduated at his college in West Point in 1842, and he fought in the American Civil War and the Mexican-American Civil War.
Project discussion and we thought it would have been a good idea to do this because we had so much inspiration from Jaden, I think her name is, from 5th grade, that gave us the idea of doing this when we went look.
Squishmallows are cuddly. You can play on it, sit on it.
I sleep on it.
And they come in many different shapes.
And sizes, and they have different characters. They have puppies and cats, octopus, frogs, and little foxes. So we thought it was so cool, so we put a bunch of stuff on it, and
Some of the fun facts about Disney are that the Disney performers aren't allowed to reveal who they play because it will ruin the magic. And Disney grows their own fruits and vegetables at Epcot's Land Pavilion. Another one was it will take 81 years to stay at every room at every hotel. He was born on December 5th, 1901. He died on December 15th, 1966. His spouse was Lillian he got married at 1925. His parents were Ellis Disney and Flora Paul Disney. He was an American animator, film producer, and these are some of the first to third Mickey's what they built by. That's it.
Go.
the future of gymnastics in recent years, gymnastics has undergone a with athletes pushing back against the deeply entrenched culture of abuse. Mary Nancy is the former USA gymnastics national team doctor who sexually abused hundreds of his young patients, currently serving a 60-year prison sentence. The cervical editors like 33-year-old Chelsea Manuel and 46-year-old Oakson.
Children decided that Dover's high school needed a baseball program, and with the backing of the principal, decided to start a baseball program. He laid down the foundation for future success. He was the head coach from 1987 through 1995. After Coach Darren, Coach Paul Broussard took over the program from 1996 to 2000. After Coach Paul Broussard, Carl Conway decided to guided the program to its success. From 2002 to 2022, Coach Gabe Conway has been the head coach from 2023 present. In its 37 years of existence, the Breaux Bridge High School baseball program made the playoffs for 27 years. From 2020 to 2014, the program made the playoffs for 15 straight years. It shows that consistently that the baseball program has throughout the year. District champions have also been members for the baseball program. The baseball program has 11 district championships. In 37 years, it's won 7 district championships in a row. From 2017 to 2023, COVID year baseball season is canceled. With a little bit of luck and good players, the baseball program has been to the state baseball tournament 12 times. They have played in the semifinals 4 times. In 2002, baseball played John Curtis in the semifinals at Paul Baffler Field in Lafayette. They lost 6-5 on a walk-off grand slam. In 2007, they played Captain Freeze in Monroe at UL Stadium. They lost 6-3 in 2016. They squared off against Strawberries and Sulphur and lost 5-4. In 2017, they played Tayuka and Sulphur again. They fell to them by a score of 6-5. The program was finally able to get over a semifinals run. In 2019, they beat H3 8-3. In the semifinals, to punch their ticket to the state finals in the
blow-up things such as snowmen and Santa Clauses. Northern Frisbee is seafood, gumbo, turducken, and I have no clue what this is. I think it's is about the history of Christmas in Louisiana. This project will describe different traditions, decorations, foods, and other cool things we do here for Christmas in Louisiana. A lot of traditions we do are similar to other places. So basically, a lot of decorating we do is similar, and some of the things we eat, and the way, like, how we decorate downtown. A lot of places also do that. We also put a lot of work into decorating like our houses and stuff. This is decoration on Christmas.
Go.
This project is on the history of World War II. World War II started on September 1st, 1939 during World War II. Two powers were fighting against each other, the Allied power and the Axis power. The main reason World
started was because of the man named Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was the ruler of Germany. At that time, he wanted Germany to have Denmark, Norway, Poland, and power by 1941. They had invaded France, Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg, Denmark, Norway, and Greece. And the USSR. When the USA found out about this, they wanted to stop the Axis power. So America sent troops or soldiers in his boats to Normandy and Utah Beach to invade and take back French land. On May 8th, 1945, the Nazis won.
Go ahead.
I chose to do my project on the history of snakes. This project was related about the different types of snakes, the history of snakes, facts, fun facts about snakes. This project will inform the reader on various information about snakes in order so they can comfortable identifying and telling the difference between the dangerous and harmless snakes as capable of inflicting a deadly bite. Further, this project will show that snake venom has been researched as potential treatments and prevents for diseases, and their skin is used to make clothing and fashion accessories. Snakes are helpful to us as they feed on mice and rats, animals that carry disease and damage property. Snakes also help keep the local tick problem in check by eating the animals that harbor them. Information for this project was secured from various sources, including books from the library, including Snakes, Black Mamba, Big Vipers, Big Snakes, Epic, and websites such as Britannica and National Geographic and Linologist. This project anticipates one reader that those snakes and business posts are harmless and provide many valuable things that are directly beneficial to humans. This is different types of snakes. This is about George Washington. George Washington was on the $1 bill and on the monument. He was born on February 22, 1732. George Washington died on December 14, 1791. George Washington was in the Revolutionary War. George Washington's wife's name was Martha Washington. His parents were Mary Washington and Augustine Washington. He was a commanding general of the United States. George Washington was on the quarter dollar right here.
Chance at your convenience.
This project is about the founding of Breaux Bridge. Mr. Breaux built the first footbridge across our beautiful Bayou Teche. Mr. Breaux' son, Ardrico, built the first vehicular bridge for the passage of wagons. Breaux Bridge is the city that hosts the annual Crawfish Festival. Breaux Bridge was founded in 1771. Acadian pioneer Furman Breaux began buying the land in the present day. city of Breaux Bridge has multiple schools, including St. Bernard Catholic School. The restaurants in Breaux Bridge were the first to offer the crawfish on the menus. Crawfish and Breaux Bridge are so symbolic in their relationship. Over 30,000 people go to the Crawfish Festival. Breaux Bridge became so known for its crawfish farming and cooking that in 1959, the Louisiana legislature officially designated Breaux Bridge as the crawfish capital of the world. Have you ever wondered how the city of Breaux Bridge got its name? I have done some research in order to find out about the facts about the city of Breaux Bridge. Having a population of over 7,000, this little town is on the banks of the Great Bayou Teche in St. Martin Parish, Louisiana. A Canadian pioneer known as Mr. Furman Breaux first arrived in 1765. He was known as one of the largest property owners around the Bayou Teche country. Back in the day, people were only able to get around by foot and unable to cross the Bayou Teche. So in 1799, Mr. Breaux built the first footbridge across the Bayou Teche for his family and friends to have access to cross the bayou. The first bridge to be built was a suspension footbridge made of rope and small wooden planks, tied across the bayou to large live oak trees to keep the bridge stable. When people would travel across the area, they would head to Breaux Bridge to cross the Bayou Teche. Later in the years, the city was named Breaux Bridge because of this. In 1817, Mr. Furman Breaux's son, Archibald, built the Breaux and his wife replaced the old suspension bridge with the Pillar Bridge for the passage of wagons and increased traffic. As time went on, Mr. Breaux's land was sold to another Acadian settlers in order to make the area a little community. Some years later, it became the church parish and then incorporated officially to Breaux Bridge in 1859. Located in the heart of Cajun country, Breaux Bridge was known for all the crawfish fields and farms around the area. Breaux Bridge was the first to offer crawfish on their menus in restaurants, creating the famous dish of crawfish étouffée, and from all the crawfish farming, Breaux Bridge became the crawfish capital of the world in 1959. From that day forward, Breaux Bridge has hosted the world famous Crawfish Festival. Festival which hosts over 30,000 people with plenty of music, fun, and food.